sailing a lot smoother.
Yeah.
I've got some fans' questions.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
David says, how long does it take to write a record? And what caused you to start writing in the first place?
It usually takes about 2 years to write a record. From the first idea until the last putting the touches on something in the studio, it takes usually about 2 years. As far as starting writing, I don't know. I think we all just kind of started individually, and then it just we realized one day we were in a band and we're writing music, and we're just like, oh, this is what we do. It's
I don't think it was really thought out. It's just like,
yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I want to learn how to do that. Oh, I want to do that myself. Okay, I'm going to write a song. And, it wasn't like I hope that someday I can do this. It was just, you just do it,
Yeah, I wanted to be Dimebag Darrell, so I had my mom buy me a guitar. So she bought me an acoustic, a little mini acoustic guitar. And then I bought a Yamaha guitar. And then I realized that I'm not really a guitar player, so I just got rid of that and picked up keyboards. So.
Matt says, what was the initial factor in making the cross between an aggressive screaming voice and the melodic, Aaron's melodic voice?
Well, when we started, we did nothing but scream, and it was for the first for our first 2 records, it was just all screaming and metal and stuff. And then after that, we had a couple lineup changes, and we were realizing that well, back then anyway, it wasn't a common thing. We didn't know that bands did that. There was Grade did that a couple times, but other than that, nobody really did that. So we were just wait, so we could have screaming, but we could also have melodic parts and have singing. So it took a lot of trial and error and
Hope's Fall was a big.
Hope's Fall did that, and so it was. It was just trial and error, and we were realizing that there was stuff that we could be doing that we weren't. And I think with any musician, you try to push what you can do, and that was just kind of how it happened. And
it was cool because when the band first started, before I was in the band, and I think Sam it was the main dudes that wrote the music were all about writing metal, which is cool, and it was good stuff, and one of the reasons why I'm in the band. But when member changes started, there were just new influence came in, like me, myself, and Tim don't listen to much metal at all. We're more rock guys and that kind of thing. And I think that, and then when we got Spencer and James, it just kind of stacked on. It's well, metal's cool and it's awesome, but we all like this kind of music, so why not try and obviously you're just going to generate towards what you like. It's just going to happen. Yeah. And so I think it just gradually started happening that way. And yeah.
Does Spencer write all the lyrics, or does Aaron write?
Aaron writes.
He sings.
Aaron, it's different every album, honestly.
Yeah. I think, for the most part, I think Spencer writes the stuff that he does, and Aaron writes the stuff that he does. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it overlaps, and it's just them sitting in a room and figuring out how it works best for each song. Yeah.
Alex says, if you could cover a particular song, which would it be?
Cover a song.
I don't know. Covers are weird for me personally because, I don't know. I've always kind of looked at covers in a weird way because I see them as a band kind of thinking that they can do a song better than who did it before. And I don't, there's very few times where I've heard a cover and thought that it was awesome, because most of the time I'm just the original is so much better. But gosh, I don't know.
Touch it,
I wouldn't really want to do a cover myself. But if we did, I think it would be fun to do Deadly Rhythm, Refused. I think that'd be a good song.
Do you get asked to do, those pop? Those crook.
We tried to do one of those once. They didn't work out.
Yeah, we did there was a tribute to the Police, and we got asked to do one of those. And pretty much, make a long story short, we didn't have any money, and we needed to record a record, but we didn't have any money to demo the songs out. And then this label came and was like, hey, well, we'll pay you this much money to write this Police song. And we were just like, okay. So we spent about a couple days putting together this Police song, and then we used all the rest of the time to demo out our records.
Those were the first songs we did with Spencer too.
Yeah, so that was the first and last time we will probably ever do a cover, I'm assuming.
Who are your favourite bands, and is there any lesser known ones that you should can recommend to people?
So many bands.
Yeah.
Gosh. Right now, I'm listening to the new Mastodon record. That record is great. Inner Party System, who's playing right now, they're amazing.
New POS records are really good. Really good.
Let me think.
SC's Burn. They have a new record coming out. A couple new songs online. They're good. Good stuff.
As far as like all-time favorites, for me, probably Jimmy Eat World, Guns N' Roses, like circa like 89, like back when they were good.
Toto.
Yeah. Radiohead, Refuse, Creedence Clearwater for me. Those are my big ones.
Tom Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty.
Charlotte says, "Hi guys, love your work so much that I got some will seek forgiveness, others escape tattooed on my ribs." What do you think of fans who go to that? Then
Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's.
evidence type of.
I think it's weird, like not in a bad way, like oh weirdo. I just think it's crazy to me that something that we do means that much to someone else, you know, like because it obviously means a lot to us and like it's what we do, but to hear someone else say that it's impacted them in a way like that is just like crazy. Because for me to think how much I would have to be impacted by a song or a band to get it tattooed on me, like I'm just like wow, that's nuts, you know.
What do you still want to achieve as a band?
Just freaking keep on putting out good tunes.
Yeah, as long as we keep putting out good records, like the records that we think are good, like that's it. Like
Do you read reviews and other people's?
Sometimes.
Yeah, from time to time, but not for any purpose. Like not to gauge whether we're doing a good job. Like, because at the end of the day, like when we leave the studio with our master CD, like that's how we know if we've done a good job or not. And I mean, it's always cool to hear what people think of your music, but for us, like somebody writing a review in a magazine, like their opinion doesn't count any more than like you or any of those kids that are in the crowd. You know, like it's just a dude writing down what he thinks about an album. You know.
Did you read them at the start or anything? Was there any? Do you know when you start now, were you more bothered about a review, or because it could like help your band if it's someone's?
Yeah, I think
Not for me.
Yeah, when we started out, like I know, like I would like keep up with like look at reviews and like sometimes like do the message board thing, but that just like honestly, like I hate message boards. Like there's some good, I'm not gonna say nothing good comes from them, but like the majority of the time it's just crap talk, back and forth the entire time, and it's just like. There's so many people that read that stuff and take it to heart, and it's just...
Yeah, because the thing is like, no matter who you are, like, it could be one of my favorite bands on the planet. If you have, like, a thing like the internet where you have millions of people coming together talking about one thing, there's going to be somebody who thinks it's the best thing on the planet, and somebody thinks it should just burn in hell. And, like, at the end of the day, you just have to, base your feelings off of like how you feel about what you're doing and not what someone else thinks, because like Radiohead I think is one of the best bands ever, and one of my best friends at home thinks that they're the worst band just ever, like he hates them, and I'm just like well, there you go, that's all I need, so
finally, do you have a message to your fans?
Stay in school.
Buy entire albums.
That's good one.
Yeah, don't buy the song on iTunes. Just buy an album. Listen to it from front to back. Buy the new Mastodon record. Listen to it from front to back.
Do you know when the next time you'll be in the UK after this?
No.
It's up in the air.
Yeah, we're talking about that. Actually, we were talking about it today. We're talking to our management about it and stuff, trying to figure it out. So
cool. That's brilliant. Cheers
Yeah.
for that.
all right, thank you very much.
Can you feel your heartbeat racing? Can you taste the fear in your sweat? You've done this wrong, it's too far gone. These sheets tell of regret. I admit that